Good afternoon. Today is July 2nd and Jane and I are in Capital Reef National Park. We are actually car camping, so we are at the Fruita campground. Pretty basic site right here. Tent, very dry. You can see it's actually been windy. Strong winds coming from that direction, blowing all that over here. So got everything hunkered down. Anything you want to say?
No, I'm getting ready to go on a little hike.
Okay, so we're just going to check out some of the area around the campsite. Nothing too big today, so maybe we'll check in if we see something interesting. But again, just nice to kind of be out car camping, doing it leisurely. Got plenty to drink, plenty of food, so no one's going to starve around here. So we'll check in when we get to something interesting. All right, so we're still hiking along, and we were at the Fremont River Trail. Shouldn't be too tough. So again, the campsite is that way. A lot of orchards around here too. So literally right in front of us in fall is you can actually enter them, eat what you want. Anything you take out, you pay for in the honor system. So again, Fremont River Trail. This is probably the only shade of the trail, so we're going to get started, and we should get some good views in about a half hour. All right, only 30 seconds into the hike, but we got our first vista. Got some nice bucks in here. So you can tell they're just chilling out in the shade, not too far from the water. Look at all these are all. Looks like I see one female, the rest are all males. Nice grass in there for them. We are not here to bother you. Guys, enjoy. Cool. So they're all chilling out. I think Jane's a little scared of them. Come on. All right, that's probably the last of our shade. And again, you can hear the river right over there. Really brown and murky, but you can still cool off in it. All right, so now this will be opening up, and I believe we're going to the vista up there, so I should get a good view, but it's probably going to be a half hour, especially at the rate we're going right now. But either way, I got some cool animal life so far. All right, almost at the top, but this is probably where it starts to cut, so you're going to lose this angle. So great vista of everything here, especially real far away. It's like a totally different geography. So you can see way down there where it's all green, you can see the ranger trail, and the river is right below us. So a decent elevation gain. So that's where we came from, the orchards over there. And as you go along here, nice breeze now, feels good, but yes, there's definitely sun exposure here. So the trail looks like it goes to up there. So I'll see how she's doing, and we'll either turn around or finish the route. So this is an apricot orchard. They are picked in the middle of June, so we're about 2 weeks too late. But you can see some on the ground right there. So definitely bigger than golf ball size. Better one there. So we've got a couple, but it's a lot of work, and they're pretty high up, and these are the slim pickings of what is left. So there are some. Get an example of how high up those are right there. She thinks she's gonna get it. Maybe that one right there would be about it. So again, camp is just right over there. So a neat little area to get some shade, because it's definitely hot outside. Okay, we are back at the campsite, and it looks like chestnuts. Huh. All right, so.
Including Bartlett pears and red delicious apples.
Yeah, so you can tell these apples will be full bloom in here. And
Chestnut family own this orchard. It's
gotcha.
not chestnuts.
Well, our first apple trees, though. I'll say those are not chestnuts, but apples. So they'll be all right here in about 6 to 8 weeks. But definitely
Bartlett
neat.
pears and red delicious
All right.
apples.
All right, so our campsite is just this way, so we're gonna make a quick pit stop and keep on browsing. Okay, I walked right by this earlier, but this is a pear tree. You see, they're very, very small. Again, 2 months out, but I've never seen a pear tree before.
There's a whole bunch over here.
So, yeah, big So, all right, you come here in the fall, you can probably get a good harvest. All right, good morning. So it is technically, I guess, morning 2 of the trip. First one spending the night. It's a nice, peaceful area right here. And I went to the ranger program last night. They're expecting potential monsoons later today, so we're going to try to get an early start. So it's about 9:15. So we're going to try to go all the way to the Hickman Bridge trailhead, get a look at that, and then we'll probably come back and then do some hikes where you drive there and then you can leave from there in case it does rain. But it got pretty hot yesterday as well. So any words?
No.
All right, so we'll get some photos as we get up. Starts out pretty tough, as you can see right here, but I think it's maybe about a half mile of up, and then it will level out. So we'll check in once we get some good views. All right, we're now at a point on the trail where get a good vista. So Chimney Rock is way down there, 8 miles or so. But you can see the clouds. We're getting a little sprinkles, but nothing too bad. So once you kind of flatten out, we'll get into our Swiss cheese rock there. So once you get up here, much easier. So a few years ago I was backpacking. I'm curious if I can find the general area where I spent the night. It is dry camping up here, but definitely a cool area. So I think we will drop in about 10 seconds into, yeah, it looks like a nice little canyon area. So maybe we'll do a little 360 or area. All right, so we're going to keep heading in that direction. All right, so we're getting our first real rains right now. Cool little hooter right there. So we're still heading that direction. You can see we're getting some drops. Jane is below me. Should intersect over here. And she's asking, how do I know where the trail is? Well, you get little cairns right there. So a little rain like this, no big deal. What we don't want is the monsoon yet. So a little purplish there. It's mixed in. It's definitely worse over there. All right, keep moving on. All right, it's about 10:30. Gave Jane a resting spot in a rock. Just so I can kind of hightail a little bit more in case we do get weather. Heard a little bit of thunder, but ways away. Cool structure here. So I'm trying to go at a faster pace. Standalone hoodoo. Give you a 360 when I get to the top here. So it looks like it's going that way, which is going away from us, which is good. Here's the general area that's ahead. So not too bad, but enough I don't want her caught up here in case something does happen. All right, so again, definitely a cool area, but time to keep moving and grooving. All right, it's about 11:15 and I'm on my own. It's been predominantly uphill and you can get a vista. So it's definitely raining over there as in coming down. So I'm gonna put myself on a clock and I'm gonna give myself 45 more minutes, no matter what. Time to turn around. Cloud cover actually helps with the temp. So it's hot, but you don't have the sun on you. So that's probably 15 degrees right there. So, all right, I hope I can see something in about a half hour, because if not, say time to turn around. Don't want to be caught up here by myself in torrential downpours. So I will check in once I get a better vista. The only thing that's just popping into sight now is the park is named Capital Reef. And if you look at straight ahead, that is one of the domes in the very, very far distance by the cloud line. So that's where the capital word comes in, from like a state capital with the dome. So hopefully I'll have the view here in a little bit. Here comes the weather. Time to turn back. 11:20. But gotta play it right. And I still got quite a bit of hiking to do, so didn't make it there, just too bad, but oh well, sometimes that happens. All right, so good evening. It is July 3rd and we have a couple people here. We have Mitchell.
Hello there.
Garrett. Howdy. And Jane. You've probably seen her in other videos before. So we're gonna go do a casual hike here. They're our camping neighbors, so let's go. All right, we're getting close. We're at a baby bridge. I'm gonna say half-mile tops in this direction here. A little bit of rain that helps out. So, marching onward. All right, so here is a long shot of the land bridge. We will get closer here in a minute. Got two still coming, but that is the real deal. All right, we'll get a closer look here in a minute. All right, we are now at the land bridge. That's got to be a good 100 feet. I'm sure it's written down somewhere. A little slippery here, but out nice and smooth the whole thing. Sweet. All right, happy 4th of July. So we are on our way to the visitor center. We're going to do a hike. But one of the little stopping points right here, like a little blacksmith shop. Tractor's a little out of date there, where they did some of the farming and their equipment and all that. So visitor center right up there. Should be a hot one. We're going to attempt to do part of Sulphur Creek, see how far we can go. I think the first couple miles up it are dry, and it did rain most of last night, so we'll see how high it is. But it'll probably be pretty dark and may have debris in it. Not planning on doing the whole thing. Like I said, a lot of the hikes in Capital Reef, they're not loops, so if you were to do the whole thing, you'd still have like a 4-mile road walk just to get back to the visitor center area. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so it's 10:30 on the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Jane and I are in Sulphur Creek. A little bit of shade for start of the day, although it will disappear as soon as we reach the corner here. This should eventually narrow into where there's a canyon on each side of us. And again, since it was raining last night, we'll have to see how it goes. But it's gonna be a little wet and muddy on this one. We'll have to get cleaned up later on, but so again, we are going in that direction, and I think about a mile or so it should be more in the shade. All right, so the nice thing with this hike is there are areas of alcoves where there's shade. As you can see, the canyon is starting to get more narrow. A little noisy right there with baby rapids, but definitely a tainted dirty water. Probably gonna have Jane turn around here in 10 minutes or so. She's almost halfway done with her water, so she definitely will not be doing the entire hike. And I'll go as far as I can with it, but nice shaded area, so take advantage of them while you can. All right, definitely gonna be a little loud here because we have a bunch of people around, but here is the first waterfall. So I believe there's 3 obstacles. So you gotta be pretty committed if you wanna do that right there. So yeah, that's running pretty good. There's people in the water now, but you're right there, it's probably 4 or 5 feet deep. It looks like you'd have to skirt up here and coming down, kind of take a committed plunge. So I definitely will not have her do the waterfall, but you see there's a ton of people here right now. I'm gonna get a closer look and see what I can do. But again, I think there's 3 obstacles and this is one of them. All right, so definitely a busy trail today, kid friendly. So Jane is doing everything she can to stay dry, and I'm more committed to the direct route. If you're gonna get a little dirty and wet, but if you brought a bathing suit, you actually could go swimming up by that waterfall area. You gotta be committed to maybe getting a little wet. I guess it's easier coming down. Decided that I did not want to get that wet with my camera and stuff. But something over here. Some kind of fenced area. Check that out. But so you can stay dry, sort of, kind of. If not, get a little wet. So I'm gonna go check that out over there. All right. So sometimes on the way back, it pays to meander a little bit. This is a lime kiln. Wow. Okay. 1900 by Fruita residents. Get a nice look inside it that way. I'll go above it because you really don't want to touch these things or get on them. So definitely couldn't see this coming the other way. That would have taken some time. All right, so directly above it. Wow, okay. Definitely neat. So we are heading in that direction. All right, so it is 4th of July, about 5:30. Fast cars go by, so we are at the Grand Wash. This should be a relatively easy hike, about 2.2 miles. We're not going to come out the other side. We'll do there and back, but just kind of a view. It goes through there, very tall cliffs. Just kind of a nice hike, pretty easy. And again, nice thing at 5:30 at night, parking area. Look at that, one other car. All right, let's go. Now fully immersed in the shade, give you a little 360. Probably the coolest area here with all the Swiss cheese rock. So this just kind of meanders through this canyon for, is it 2.2 miles? Definitely high, especially the one right here in front of us. Actually, it would be kind of neat to be here if it was sprinkling, just to see all the rain cascading. That, and it's almost 6 o'clock at night, so
Nice.
temp now is nice.
Nice, easy hike.
Nice little alcove. A lot more Swiss cheese. A little bit of water from last night.
Nice little hiding place.
So this area is probably the narrows of the Grand Wash, so if it was to be raining, this would be the one predominant area where you would not want to be. Although if you had to, you could jump up there, although boy, more modern graffiti. So that would dead end straight ahead. The wash keeps going this way. Should be opening up pretty soon. At least an idea of the elevation around us. All right, 6:30. We are now on our way back. Should be at the car in an hour or so if we leisurely do it. But cool thing is you get good vistas on the way back as well. And it's safe to say now we should be in the shade predominantly the rest of the hike back. But not a speck of water out here. So I'll give you a 360 once it opens up. All right, should be back at the car in less than an hour.